Let me ask you this. So the NFL draft is your bag. So I want to ask you a polarizing question. Our man Jack Coan, who set all kinds of records in the Fiesta Bowl, right?
Yep.
Now, granted, the attempts record, that's kind of a silly record in my opinion, but he did set the record for yards and he tied the record for touchdown passes. It's a pretty good day for Jack Coan, although and we talked about it, there's some throws he wants back. There's no question about it. But projecting him to the next level, so projecting him to the NFL, what are your thoughts on Jack Coan and what his future could be collecting a paycheck?
I mean, the reality is I believe he's going to the East-West Shrine game. If not, he's going to the NFLPA Bowl. So the NFL values Jack Coan because they value – I mean, when we're talking about backups, I think a lot of people have a misnomer at the quarterback position sometimes. They think like, oh, late in the draft, I'm taking a swing, excuse me, at this really traitsy quarterback that I'm going to develop. That's not what you want necessarily in a backup quarterback. You want a guy that is dependable. And I think that Jack Coan is the definition of dependable. He's accurate. For the most part, he's on time and he's crisp with decisions. And he does a lot of things from the ears up that a lot of teams will really value. And I think that the NFL does value him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up getting drafted late to potentially be a backup quarterback down the road. Think in the vein of a Jim Sorgi, who was like Peyton Manning's backup forever.
Yeah.
He wasn't a good athlete, would never move off the spot, couldn't do anything out of structure, but like you knew every single day he was going to throw to the right spot in the right second, and he's going to be a guy that you can depend on. So if you ask me, is it out of the realm of possibility that Jack Coan's a starting quarterback for the foreseeable future at the next level? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't. I don't think that there's any upside as a starter. Like I don't see that in him because I think that his arm is very middling on the NFL level. I think that he's not a great athlete. I think that there are obvious limitations, but I think that the NFL is obviously showing obviously showing with the All-Star invites that they value Jack Coan, and I think that he has potential to be a backup quarterback at the next level.
I think that's a fair evaluation. I think if you put the keys in Jack Coan's hands, whether it's a spot start, whether it's a 4-game stretch or whatever, he's not going to hurt you, right? He may not take you to the
Tim Boyle just started a game for the Detroit Lions. Like, come on.
Thank you. Exactly. And he's at least as good, if not better, than a lot of the guys that have gotten starts this year due to COVID or whatever. Jack Coan can collect a check in the NFL. There's no question in my mind, and he could be a guy that could stick around for a long time. And again, I'm not saying he's your franchise quarterback. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying he's a guy that you've got in the room that is going to be prepared, and he's going to be ready to go if you need him to. And you can make a lot of money holding the clipboard in the NFL. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. No, I agree completely. I mean, the Chase Daniels of the world have shown us that, right? Like
he's made like $39 million, I think I want to say something ridiculous like that.
Yeah. And it's for like, I think he's thrown like 30 something passes in his career or something like that. So it's like, it's outrageous stat, man. It really is. But
it's unbelievable.
Those guys stick around because they, again, dependable, solid, you know what they are.
Exactly. All right. We got some